lights flashing bright, Friday night crew chasing neon light. Heads up high in the 8-bit fight, next level club where we win all night. Beers on tap for choices wide, joystick warriors side by side. Pixel dreams where we can fight, down in the arcade where secrets hide. Next level arcade club, we're never done. Game after game till the morning sun. Blades and boots where our hearts run, Easter Swiss nights full of endless fun. Pac-Man fever chasing ghosts away, Pinball Wizard shooting lifeless play. Street Fighter battles right through the fray.
Hello friends, and welcome to the Next Level Arcade Club channel. The Next Level Arcade Club is an arcade association in Eastern Switzerland. We are running an arcade with over 20 machines, and right now we are on summer break and are trying to get the place ready for the grand reopening on October 27th. In the last video you saw me mention that I had to go to Austria to pick up some packages and also drop off the package for Winnie with the chassis that I need for the reopening. Right now it is Friday, I'm in Austria. I have picked up my packages and also dropped off 2 packages, the one for Winnie and another package that you will hear about later. While I'm enjoying my schnitzel, you can see what the second package is all about, and afterwards we are going to have a little unboxing of what I got. Then later on we are going to work on the hang-on, the steering unit, and also we will convert the sole edge, and let's get started. So you remember I mentioned that with the time crisis I'm waiting on a ROM board. Actually I received a message that the ROM board is ready to be sent, and I need to send in my unused one. So to show you what exactly the problem is, let me show you. I need to coin up the game, and as you can see the co-op mode isn't available. So the problem is actually that if you go into the config menu, see link malfunction free, and if you Google that you will see that it is a version mismatch. So let's turn the machine off. The version mismatch, it actually refers to ROM board. Get some light. On the PCB here, as you can see, it says TSS version B, and on the other one it will say TSS version A, and in order for the co-op to be available, both these need to be the same, and now they're mismatched. So that's the problem. I'm going to take out the one I don't use and send it to Italy so I can get the one I need. So you see guys, the package was actually about the time crisis. What I forgot to mention is, and what you might wonder is, why am I sending this board in and why am I sending it to Italy? So the reason for that is that this summer I made a large arcade tour through Italy where I picked up some machines, and the seller I picked up the time crisis from, he had a huge warehouse full of machines. You can see it in this photo here. And when I realized that I had a mismatched ROM set, the first thing I thought about was, since this seller has so much stuff, I could just ask the seller if he has a matching ROM board. those ROM boards are really hard to come by, and apparently I was lucky and the seller actually has the board I'm looking for, so I'm sending in the one I don't need so that he has a matching set as well. So it is evening now, I'm driving home now. That schnitzel was really good, by the way, and we are going to do the unboxing today, but then I don't think it will be worth doing much more today. So we will start tomorrow with the hang-on steering assembly and also do the conversion of Soul Edge to Tekken 3. See you soon. Hello guys, I'm home now. Have a look at all the packages that I've got. So I want to start off with this one. I actually received this to my Swiss address. I ordered this from China. Those are MVS cards. So I've got, let me see, got King of Fighters 2005. SVC Chaos. Polestar. And Metal Slug 5 Plus. Let me be honest guys, I don't know if those are original, but let me be honest, I don't really care. So let's get to the packages that I got in Austria. So let's start with this big one here. I already know what it is. These are beer kegs. So these are for the Perfect Draft system. I've got Meteor White IPA. Liffey Blonde. And another Meteor White IPA. These were a special deal along with some glasses. I don't want to use the glasses for the arcade because they're too small, but I do like myself a good beer glass. So I already know what's in this one too. Those are gonna be the glasses. So let's have a look. And there's another beer keg in here. This is a lager, Beck's lager. So the way it works, I basically have like all major like mini keg systems. I have the Perfect Draft system, I have the beer tender system, and I have the regular 5-liter party keg system. And I want to swap out beer brands regularly, so I need to have for every system like basic setup, one lager, one blonde, and one IPA maybe, if available. That's the beers I want to offer: lager, IPA, blonde, and one sort of like wild card beer. It can be anything. I'm gonna call it catch of the day. So anyway, here's the glasses. I think there are 2 glasses in here. They are still intact. So this is the Meteor White IPA glass, and here's the second one. Don't you think they look neat? I think they look neat. Oh, yeah. Those are the glasses. So I actually have more beer, which is for the beer tender system, which I'm having a hard time for finding beers. I have found two blondes here in Switzerland, ordered 2 kegs of blondes, but I don't think I will ever find an IPA. Maybe I will find something like a Hefe Weizen, but what I did order was from Lidl Austria, because they were really cheap. Like, you could never get it that cheap here in Switzerland. Those are just basic Heineken kegs. Come on. Here we go. So here you go. So what else is in here? Just advertisements. So those are the beer tender kegs. So let's get to the actual arcade stuff. This is a very special package. This is for the Sega Naomi system. So you do know, with the Sega Naomi system, there are DIMM boards, which are like option board for the Naomi. There is one that has an Ethernet port on it and a SCSI port, and there's one that only has the SCSI port. With the Ethernet one, you can attach a mini computer like a Raspberry, and if you have the right firmware, you can boot off the network. And with the ones that have just SCSI, you can actually boot off a compact flash card. Let's get open. And there used to be a guy, a seller in Austria, that offered firmware updates for those DIMM boards. He also offered converted cartridges for Ikaruga, and I thought that he kind of got out of the hobby, but he didn't. And I did see that he started offering complete sets with everything that you need to have your net DIMM, or not net DIMM, your compact flash DIMM. So right now, here I have this DIMM board. Right here I have the micro SD, compact flash adapter. I did buy a DIMM board, but it was broken and I was really badly damaged. There were some ICs that had lifted pads, was really bad, couldn't fix it yet, gonna work on it. Initially I wanted to work with this DIMM, but when I saw this order, this offer, and when I knew it was Jörg, the man himself who offered it, I knew I wanted it. So I jumped the gun on it, I guess. Pulled the trigger, and now I have the micro compact flash solution that I always wanted. So this will give me a lot more options for Naomi games. I think it also works with stuff like the Triforce or the Atomic Wave. Yeah, that will be awesome. I think first thing I want to do is like put Ikaruga on it once my Naomis are finished. So, and then there is this big package. And as I mentioned in my last video, I have found like these hang-on steering units, and those must be it. Can't imagine this and being anything else. So with the offer I found, basically they were panels for a TAP Austria cabinet, which is an Austrian unicap. I used to have one of those, by the way. The way it works, they had like these boards that you could get, those in German it's called Einschubbrett, with all the controls on it. And when I saw this, I had one with steering wheel. Of course there was one with like standard button joystick. There was a poker one. And when I saw this, these are motorcycle ones. So these are for the TAP Austria cabinet, for the Gigant W cabinet. But when I saw the photos, I knew those were hang-on parts. I just knew it. I've had a hang-on upright before. I know what the control panel looks like. I compared it to photos. I know those were hang-on parts. So I got lucky. I must say it wasn't quite cheap to get these parts, but I thought it would be a good idea. There are plenty of parts that I can choose from if anything goes wrong. So there's a lot of trash in here. I think the seller, they just put their old, there's even like unfolded, still like new. Sometimes, you know, when you order something big, people will take the opportunity to just get rid of all that trash. Like, yeah, I can see why. It's not that bad. There's like egg cartons in here, and I guess it does work as packaging, so it's okay. But sometimes it's a little bit. Yeah. So let me check if you can actually see anything. Yeah, I guess so. So all this trash, it needs to go. I will take care of this later. There's like some piece of cloth here and some screws flying around. So when she offered, when the seller, when she offered it, it was still attached to the TAP Austria board, and I had to convince her to take it off. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been possible to send it. It would have been too large, or it would have been too expensive. So I convinced her to actually do some disassembly. So I think this is the original hang-on part. So let me take it out. No, hang on, this is the super hang-on. So this is the super hang-on part. As you can see, it has a turbo button right here, and I'm actually gonna need that turbo button to put on my regular hang-on, as I'm gonna use the Smarty Pie with it, and I wanna use games that actually use the turbo button. So that's one good thing to have. I think I already have like those brackets here that I could put a button in, but actually, as I also have an upright, hang-on upright that I want to use for conventions, I'm gonna need two of those anyway, and that was also the main reason why I decided to go for this set of parts. I have to be careful not to wreck the DIM board here. So, and then there's the second part, which is there's a lot of I guess there's like what are these? Those are, I think those are how do you call them? Curtains. So she did get rid of all her old curtains too, well, and like some old cardboard stuff, and so this is the let me see if I can get it out. It's a little bit wedged in place, but this is basically fuck, it is okay. This is the original hang-on control panel. So it's really heavy. So this is the twist throttle that I need from this, and all the rest, maybe it's also the like rubber handles, I can also use those, and all the rest is really just spares for me. Might be a bit wasteful, but those parts aren't easy to come by, and to have an opportunity to get something so complete, I had to take it. So that's it for the unboxing. It's already getting dark. I don't see myself working on anything today. I will start the work tomorrow. I will chill for a bit tonight, and then tomorrow morning I'll be back and we will start to work on the hang-on control panel. See you soon.